Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water. Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
featuring the Dickinson College Red Devils and your Carnegie-Mellon University Tartans. Fans, as we honor our great nation and the men and women serving our country at home and abroad, we ask that you please rise if able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets. America, get back on track with Dust Pods Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water. Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
As we're here live from the Highmark Center with the Tartans welcoming in a non-conference opponent in the Dickinson Red Devils, all coming up next right here on the CMU Athletics website and on the PAC Sports Network. Tyler Polk, Jack Ridenauer here with you. And Tyler, these are two very different teams at the moment, but for Carnegie-Mellon, a chance here to try and get a second straight win, while for Dickinson looking to avoid a second straight loss.
Yeah, Dickinson was really faltering early on to begin the season as they went 0-5 to start and then won 4 straight, lost their last game before the turn of the new year. But they're definitely a program on the rise in the Centennial. They're slated to finish 6th in their conference, and they have a few players that are very, very talented, and they're looking to get a signature win before they enter conference play.
And looking at the Dickinson starters, it's Juan Ruiz, Isaiah Edmond, David Petrusev, along with Cole Cosby and Brandon Wierczynski. Over for Carnegie-Mellon, a team that has been riding high this season, the number 19 ranked team in the nation, looking for a big win here this afternoon, and not to mention, Ty, trying to avoid another loss at home. They recently suffered their first loss at home before the break against W&J, so trying to get back into their winning ways.
Well, W&J is a strong program, much like Carnegie-Mellon, so there's no shame in that, but they've definitely taken care of business the last few seasons. On campus, they've gone 12-4 in their last non-conference home games, and they were also 4-0 when playing in 2021-22 at Carlos. So this is a team that, when they're on their home court, they take care of business, and they're looking to Christian in one last time, a non-conference win before they enter UAA play.
And for CMU, it's the usual suspects, Justin Allen, Buckley DeJarden, coming off a career-high 32 points in the recent win against Ithaca, Isaac Higgs, R.J. Holmes, and Nolan Casey. Again, for CMU, although coming off a win against Ithaca, they did lose the previous 2 games before that, so trying to avoid a third loss in their last 4 games, while for Dickinson, trying to stay hot heading into Centennial Conference play. Like Tyler mentioned, they've won 4 of their last 5 games after a really sluggish start to begin the season, but they've been able to get it done with the shooting. However, they're going to be challenged tonight or this afternoon, Tyler, with this Carnegie-Mellon team that plays really good offense, but even better defense when here at home.
Yeah, it's been a really great season for them, their first year in the Highmark Center. And one matchup that I'm going to be interested in seeing is David Petrusev versus R.J. Holmes.
Off and running from the Highmark Center. Thanks for joining us on your Monday afternoon. Hopefully you're not dealing with too much snow as we are here in the wonderful Steel City. Up top for Juan Ruiz. 10 to shoot for the Red Devils. Cosby, top 5 scorer for the Red Devils, gives it inside for Ruiz. Back out for Wierchinski, fires a 3. Allen with the board. Leads the UAA in scoring, north of 24 points per game after being north of 21 a season ago. There's Nolan Casey, directs the offense. Inside for Allen. Works down low, tries to go around Cosby, can't finish. We stay scoreless. There's Cole Cosby averaging around 10 points per game on the season. 10.4 points per game, good for third on this Dickinson roster. Flips it up, no dice. Tartan's pushing tempo. Isaac Higgs, the floor general. Desjardins nearly gets the pass from Casey, little offline. Petrusev, leading scorer, dishes and gives it to Ruiz. Red Devils on the board first.
Well, Petrusev can also dish as well. 3 assists in the last few games, and right there.
R.J. Holmes with an emphatic slam to start. He has been tremendous in his grad season, a 3-time All-UAA pick, has twice had 19 points this season.
And I mentioned Petrusev versus Holmes, and they get the first 2 buckets back-to-back.
Here's Ruiz, back for Cosby. He's been in double digits 4 times this year, but he's raked free by Higgs. Great defense by Higgs, who's now starting in his 9th straight game. Allen, offered to Desjardins, 32 points against Ithaca. Can't get 2 there. Third ever meeting between these 2 programs. Most recently it was back in 2012 when in favor of the Tartans. Last time Dickinson beat the Tartans, you have to go back to January 4th of 2011 in an 82-64 routing. Petrusev, near 17 points per game on the season, twirls off Ruiz, cleans up the mess.
Juan Ruiz knows about this area pretty well. He played at the Lindsley School along with his brother Luis down in West Virginia.
Justin Allen with exactly what the Tartans needed, an answer from deep. He puts CMU in front. Petrusev works on Holmes. Patience doesn't pay off, and like you mentioned, Tyler, that's going to be a fun matchup this afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be who establishes their will down low in those situations. Holmes gets the battle first, and it's a long game.
Holmes. Rebound by Cosby.
He had all that space, so it's why not let it fly.
Here's Isaiah Edmond back for Cosby. Ruiz backs on Casey. Back up top for Edmond. Second leading scorer at 11 a game. 7 to shoot. Met by a double, bucket, and a foul. Acrobatics by Edmond, and he puts Dickinson back in front.
Well, Isaiah Edmond, his first 2 seasons at Dickinson, he averaged over 8.5 points per game, and he's definitely leveled up this year, 11.1 coming into this contest. And that's another secondary battle with it. How does Isaiah Edmond handle the 2-guard lineup for Carnegie-Mellon? As, of course, you got Desjardins, who just had his best career game, and then you have the always talented Justin Allen, who's second in the nation in points per game.
No dice on the 3-point play. Holmes slashes through. He finds Desjardins. Rebound secured inside by Wierchinski. Dickinson looking to get their 4th win on the road. They have yet to win at home this season. So very contrary to how Carnegie-Mellon has played, where they've won 4 of their first 5 games here inside of the Highmark Center. Edmond, 6 to shoot, tight ropes. Whips it around for Dopirik. Dopirik making a homecoming here. The North Allegheny product gets a 3-ball to fall, and he extends Dickinson's lead.
Yeah, Dopirik had a really good end to 2024. 3 games in double figures, including 16 points and 10 rebounds versus Baruch.
Higgs can't pick his way through, and here come the Red Devils trying to turn defense to offense. Edmond, coast to coast, pretty finish. Edmond has been in double digits 7 different times this season in 10 games. But he gets hit with a foul here. And that is his first and the team's first. Pavlonis along with Hassanin and Bronner all check in for Carnegie-Mellon. Biggest lead of the early going for Dickinson. It's a Dickinson team that averages around 72 points per game on the season. Allen. Another empty three, but it's batted back, inhaled by Ryan Leskaugas. The lid's still on the basket for Carnegie-Mellon, now 1 of 4 from 3. Petrusev. Gives it off for Ryan Leskaugas. Leskaugas, 10 points per game off the bench this season. 6 to shoot. Petrusev makes a move. Gives it off for Dopiric, and he drops it in. And like you mentioned, Tyler, played really well towards the end of 2024. He's averaging 13 points per game over the last 3, and he extends the Red Devils' lead to 8. Bronner barrels through, burrows inside, and drops it home. The starting team does not score nearly as much at home as they do on the road, but their defense really comes to life when playing here in Pittsburgh. Dopiric back up top for Edmond. Dickinson shooting 60% to start from the floor. Petrusev gathers and gets the friendly roll. Big time finish inside. And the lead stays at 8 for the Red Devils. Tartan's trying to avoid a second straight loss at home as they fell to W&J right before the holidays. Allen's jumper rattles out. And now Dickinson can make this a double-digit deficit for the Tartans early.
Really good start for the Red Devils, and they've been led by Petrusev, who's been really a force of nature in all facets from the forward position.
Edmond resets with 10 to shoot. Red Devils have been strong on the road, trying to keep that the same, but Bronner with great recovery stays with the Red Devils with 4 seconds on the shot clock. DeJardin back in along with Aiden Murphy for Carnegie-Mellon. Over for Dickinson, it is Matt Mahoney along with Cole Cosby that come in.
So Dickinson, seeing that they have an opportunity to get a double-digit lead, they're still keeping their starting forward Petrusev, as some of the lineup has made some changes for Dickinson.
3 to shoot. They got to get it off, and they do just in time by Ryan Leskaugas. Halfway down and out, and Carnegie-Mellon trying to carve down on the deficit. Murphy barrels his way through. Pavlonis goes 1-on-4, still being raked. And he finds the bottom of the basket. Great patience inside and toughness by the big fella.
Yeah, concentration as well. All that havoc.
A foul before the shot as Petrusev again continues to impose his will down low. This comes on Pavlonis, so that is his first, team second. But for Petrusev, that's really big that he's getting some of the post players for Carnegie-Mellon in a little foul trouble.
I think that helps him out, and of course, Dickinson, they have plenty of size out there that could make some moves. Juan Ruiz could also make some moves down in the post. It's not just Petrusev.
Dickinson has led for a majority of this first half outside of a brief moment that the Tartans led. Leskaugas. Mahoney nearly grabs it, but a foul against Murphy. So that's his first and the team's third, and before you know it, Tyler, Dickinson could get to the free throw line, and they have been shooting 82% combined as a team over the last 4 games. Petrusev has it broken up. Bronner with active hands. Veers off. Torrens trying to chop down on this deficit. Pavlonis dives through. Ball fakes. Batted around. Dopiric has it. Pushes tempo. Dickinson trying to give Carnegie-Mellon their 3rd loss in their last 4 games. Not to mention for the Red Devils trying to have amnesia of their recent loss to Moravian. They lost 104-75 in that game. Mahoney gets freed up and finds the basket. Back to an 8-point separation as Dickinson continues to keep their foot on the gas.
Yeah, really good job and a better job defensively for the Red Devils.
And a travel by Carnegie-Mellon.
I'll tell you some of the stats for that last game for Dickinson against Moravian. 54% from the field Moravian shot, and then 51% behind the arc. It was a hot shooting night, and Moravian went 22 of 43 from deep. So they were gunning, no doubt, but they were hitting, and that's the important thing.
The loss snapped a 4-game winning streak that Dickinson built up after their 0-5 start to begin the season. And this is a Dickinson team that defensively have some holes, but right now they are limiting Carnegie-Mellon well. Cosby can't stay in play, and so a turnover by Dickinson. And that is turnover number 3 for the Red Devils. Edmond checks back in for Dickinson. Mentioned about Carnegie-Mellon coming off a win against Ithaca. That win snapped a 2-game skid that the Tartans had conjured before the break. It was an 8-point lead for Carnegie-Mellon at the half, and they shot almost 59% from the floor. Here's to Jardin. He had 32 in that win. Circuitous route, can't finish. Second try, rattles home. Great persistence by Buckley to Jardin, who's been in double figures this season, 9 of the 11 games. Check that 9 of 10. Laskaugas sidesteps. Casey's got it. Higgs weaves through. Here's Allen, all UAA first team selection last year. Inside for Casey. DeJardin, top 3 scorer for the Tartans. 10 seconds to shoot. Higgs stutters. 5. Allen left open. Drills it. Big time triple, and it's a 1-possession ball game all of a sudden.
Yeah, you can't leave him open. Even though he wasn't hitting early, he can heat up at any point.
33% from beyond the arc this season for Allen, averaging 25 points per game. Laskaugas. Nice little turnaround. Patience inside. He's averaging around 10 points this season. Good defense by Dickinson, but it stays with the Tartans. And as we're halfway gone in this opening half, we take a look back at Justin Allen saving the day on this triple as the shot clock expires.
Yeah, again, he's been setting up in that corner for most of the game. That's where he has that hot spot. And while he probably ain't hit the first 2 or 3, he's definitely not going to miss those for long.
DeJardin maneuvers, throws it away. 4th turnover by the Tartans. Edmond. Back up top for Mahoney, and a season-high 11 points against a very strong Messiah team 3 games ago. Ruiz, 10 seconds to shoot. Edmond sheds off one defender. High arcer, touches almost every part but can't finish. And then Ruiz crawls away with a rebound and draws a foul. That comes against Casey, and it's his first, team's 4th in the opening half.
Yeah, Casey just trying to tap it around, keep it alive, and he caught a piece of Ruiz trying to reset the ball.
Wierczynski barely skims rim. Tartans can make this a 2-point game after they nearly trailed by double digits. Had a moment where it looked like it was going to get out of control. Casey, short corner. Edmond the board. Slices all the way through to the tin for 2. What a move by Edmond.
Yeah, a little smooth step. I wouldn't call it a Euro step working out for him.
Jardin can't get the bunny. Allen's try no good. The lid continues to stay on the board, on the rim here for the Tartans. 8.5 to play in the opening half. Edmond dives through. Back for Ruiz. Barges in and finds the glass as well.
Good strength down low by Ruiz. Initiated contact, got that left-hander up and good.
Biggest lead of the ball game for Dickinson. Trying to hand Carnegie-Mellon yet again another loss. Allen gets hit off his driving lane, but still finishes. What a move by one of the best scorers in the nation.
Yeah, nothing's going to break his stride. Nothing's going to slow him down.
8 games this year of 20 or more points for the standout junior from New York. Dopirik nearly gets the bounce, but Mahoney soars in. Wierczynski drills it. Much needed tray ball, and this is the biggest lead for Dickinson, a 10-point advantage. Allen revolves and finger rolls. Check that R.J. Holmes on the finish. Jordan pesters Edmond. It stays with Dickinson. 7.5 to play in the opening half. Luis Ruiz checks in for Dickinson. Lucas Pavlonis back in for the Tartans.
One thing about Isaiah Edmond so far through this game, he has not been deterred by the matchup on the other side with the Jordan and Allen.
Edmond gets the step. Can't get the touch, but the rebound is in his hands. Finds some space again, swirls off. Holmes secures. Holmes coming off a season-high 16 rebounds against Ithaca, as Higgs' three nearly down but out. He has struggled at times from 3 this season, just a combined 1 of 8 from distance over the last 2 games. 8-point hole for the Tartans. Edmond glides in, drops it home. Timeout. Check that, a technical foul has been issued to Dickinson. It looks like this might be on Brandon Wierczynski. That is the case. So Wierczynski all of a sudden gets hit with a foul. It's the team's second as well. And now 15th-year head coach Alan Soretti wants an explanation from the officiating crew. This is a pretty animated conversation on a pretty quick technical foul given to Wierczynski. DeJardin at the line. Can't get the free throw. And you can tell his body language says it all. The frustration for the Tartans continues to seep out. 8 of 21 from the floor to start compared to Dickinson, who's shooting 50% from the floor.
I'm wondering what Wierczynski said or did that warranted that.
And Coach Soretti continues to be very animated in the conversation. Very frustrated. He needs to be careful that he doesn't get teed up himself. And now the buzzer being repetitively hit. Looks like they're trying to figure out exactly who came in, whose ball it is, the time. Kind of a chaotic sequence, especially when a technical foul is issued in a transition play after a bucket. You don't see that a ton.
Well, it's CMU ball because it was a made basket by Dickinson. But, yeah, of course, whenever you add in the extras, baskets, technicals plus the ball, it's tricky.
Pavlonis is able to ward off Luis Ruiz. Allen cashes in and gives a little grimace over to the Dickinson bench. Much needed tray ball, and it's back to a 6-point separation.
He pulled a Curry. He looked back at the bench like, yeah, I do this.
Cerullo, well offline. The Tartans, again, they've got a chance to make this a 3-point game. Hassanin back in for Carnegie-Mellon. And we've seen Justin Allen score in a variety of ways throughout his career, and we see here again stretching it from distance.
Yeah, you get to see that 3 ball and look right at the bench.
Tartans looking for their 9th overall win, trying to avoid being upset as the number 19th ranked team in the nation. Not to mention they would love to avoid a 2nd straight loss here at home. DeJardin goes all the way around the world but can't find the basket. 14 minutes gone in the first half. Mahoney cashes in. Much needed tray ball. This Dickinson team shoots around 34% from distance. They've already cashed in their 4th made 3.
And Mahoney came into this game perfect from deep.
Holmes can't get the answer. Luis Ruiz with the miss. Dickinson trying to inch closer to 500 overall in their record. pick up their 5th win in the last 6 games after going winless through their first 5. Petrusev finds Cosby. Beautiful finish inside and fantastic basketball all the way around by Dickinson. Largest lead at 11 for the visitors. Allen wants it, and for good reason. Trying to ignite a little offense for his Tartans, and he's doing it as a one-man show right now.
Yeah, he's the only scorer in double figures for the Tartans, and really any spurts they had in which they cut this lead close, it's been all him.
A travel against Cerullo. So a chance here for the Tartans to make Dickinson pay. We can see the confidence growing for Allen. He's got 14 of the Tartans' 25 points.
He's always been a quick strike scorer. Caught a game for him against Chatham and seeing how fast after a slow start that he was able to pick up. They're never out of it as long as he gets going.
Holmes, one of the top players in the UAA. Off for Allen, 4.5 to play until the half. 9 on the 30. Allen, little room. Holmes keeps it alive. Back out for Andriatola, and he drills it from distance. Andriatola with just 2 total points combined in his last 3 games. He's already exceeded that with 1 shot. He's made it a 5-point game. Petrusev whittles out space and a bucket. Back and forth these two teams go. This Tartans team, a prolific offense. They play great defense at home, but they have been challenged by this 4-6 Dickinson team. Murphy, you betcha! 4-point game. Timeout called. Just a 30. We'll keep it right here, but what a spurt here for the Tartans offensively.
They got the ball swinging around. They're hitting their shots from deep. They were never really out of it. That's how well they shoot the ball from three-point range. 34.4% coming into it, and that's 138th in the country. A lot of teams in Division III, so that's in a pretty good percentage for you. So you know that if they get the opportunities and if they're open, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, this Carnegie-Mellon team has been tremendous to start the season. Already 8 wins before heading into UAA play. Ranked top 20 in the nation, but Dickinson trying to pick up a ginormous ranked win here before heading into conference play for them. And it feels like, Tyler, that could be a huge momentum shifter for Dickinson before they get into conference play, especially with how they started.
Yeah, this is a team that's been up and down the last few years. Sandwiched in between 6-win seasons, they've had 11-win seasons. It's not the heydays of the back-to-back 20-plus win seasons.
Tartans looking for a big stop here. Dickinson trying to stretch the lead. Petrusev works through the zone, but it throws them off. Another turnover for Dickinson. That's number 5. And so Carnegie-Mellon with a chance to pull within 1.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see from them, as Moravian, the Greyhounds, took advantage of those turnovers that they gave up. Dickinson turned it over 22 times, and the Greyhounds had 26 points off turnovers.
Andriatola can't stay hot. Yeah, it's interesting. Dickinson has been the one turning the ball over because Carnegie-Mellon, they averaged the second most turnovers a game in the conference. Cosby was the hot hand to start. Leskaugas. Oh, my! Showing the range. Letting that one fly from Dickinson's main campus, but Holmes on the other end streaks down, and he's got a chance at a pair of free throws. That's on Petrusev, his first and the team's third, but something to monitor with Petrusev being near 17 points per game this season. Here's Holmes at the free throw line. It's that first one to go. He's been a high percentage scorer this season. Shot 50% or better from the field in 7 games already this year. Gets a second free throw to go in as he continues his strong grad season here in Pittsburgh. But Dickinson, they have led for about 90% of this game, trying to hand Carnegie-Mellon their third loss in the last 4 games. Petrusev swarmed. Cosby triggers. Murphy snares. 2.5 to go to the break. Allen, lethal score, shows it off, somehow fits through a window, but he just cannot finish. Edmond, all the way for 2. Just bullies on Allen, makes it a 7-point separation. Hassanine can't circumvent. 2 minutes till the break. Tartan's looking for some answers. Allen gets Edmond on skates, nearly puts it in. Would have been mixtape worthy. But now Dickinson can stretch it back to double digits. Cosby off the stagger. Edmond. Petrusev, 6 to shoot. Minute 30 to play. Chisels out some space and a sliver of room to put it in, too.
Credit to Holmes. He was there on the drop step, the spin. It just didn't matter.
Andrea Tola has it roll all the way around and in. Tartan shooting north of 40% from distance in this first half, but they're still down by 6.
Andrea Tola must have went to Dells before this game as that Arctic Swirl managed to go in.
Definitely staying cold in this snowy Monday afternoon. Leskaugas hesitates and hits. Great move inside by Leskaugas. He's been in double figures 4 separate times this year with a season-high 22 in the second game of the season. 41 seconds to play. Murphy. Back for Holmes. Allen can't shake free. 10 on the 30. Allen. Money! 5-point game, and he's got 17. Single-handedly keeping his Tartans in this ball game. And a timeout taken by Dickinson as we take a look back as how Justin Allen has been scorching hot in otherwise freezing Pittsburgh temperatures.
I mean, you know the rules. You sag off, your swag's off. You can never do that against that guy, ever. You have to keep a body on him. You have to have him attended for.
And now the Tartans are shooting 8 of 16 from 3. Dickinson 4 of 11. But really, it's been the rebounding that's been the major difference. Dickinson in front of that battle, +7 at 21-14. And for Carnegie-Mellon, and I mentioned it to you before, Tyler, this is not a very good offensive rebounding team in CMU. So for Dickinson, they're taking full advantage of that.
Yes, one thing about CMU, it's a strong defensive rebounding team, but Dickinson, to their credit, has made sure that there's not a lot of opportunities for defensive rebounds. They've been shooting much, much better. 57.1% from the field. After having a team go north of 50 against them, I'm pretty sure they're glad turnabout is fair play right now.
And Dickinson, they have been shooting the ball well from the floor this season as a whole and keeping that trend going here this afternoon. Edmond with 5. Leskaugas with 3. Short. Goes out of bounds, but that does it for the opening half. Dickinson controlling 90% of the first 20 minutes, but the Tartans hanging around, trying to avoid a second straight loss at home and losing as the number 19th ranked team in the nation. Don't move a muscle. We'll have a quick thought from halftime, and then before you know it, second half basketball as Dickinson tries to take down CMU, but the Tartans trying to defeat the Red Devils. Coming up next, right here on the Tartan Sports Network.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sports book, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pods Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water. Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today. Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Back here on the Tartan Sports Network and the PAC Sports Network. At the half between Carnegie-Mellon and Dickinson, a 5-point separation. Dickinson in front 44-39. They led for a majority of that opening half, almost 17 minutes that they played with the lead, led by as many as 11. Not to mention they're going for win number 5 in their last 6 games, while for the Tartans trying to get a second straight win and avoid their 3rd loss over their last 4 games. Tyler Polk, Jack Ridenauer here with you. And Tyler, a lot to unpack from that first half, but really the main thing that's kept CMU in it has been the 3-point shooting, because everywhere else, Dickinson has had the upper hand.
Yeah, Justin Allen, as expected, 5 of 8 from deep. Sam Andriatola, you mentioned how he had some struggles in the last few games. Him coming in with 2 3-pointers is much needed as well. I mean, those 2 guys really have been the difference. Also, Aiden Murphy has the other 3-pointer for Carnegie-Mellon, because really they've been gashed inside in the paint. And the thing is, we were expecting it to be Petrusev. Instead, it's actually Isaiah Edmond, all from the field, all below the arc, 5 of 9 out there. He's done it a variety of ways. He hits you with the old floater like Chris Paul. He's crafty in the lane like AI. He's been doing a lot to make that inside presence for Carnegie-Mellon. Really has some issues, and it doesn't help that a lot of those inside presences for Carnegie-Mellon are in foul trouble because of Petrusev and his influence.
Yeah, and Petrusev only 6 points when he averages 17, but he's getting help, like you mentioned, about Edmond. They've got 4 players, Dickinson that is, with 6 points right now. You look at Carnegie-Mellon, Justin Allen has got 17, but then after that, Holmes and Andriatola the next highest at 6, and it seems that the Tartans, they need to get somebody else going. You look at Buckley DeJardin, 1 of 6 from the floor, coming off a 32-point performance. That is a big drop-off from just a few days ago.
And that's the one thing that you question with young players. For DeJardin, a junior, and we look at Justin Allen and the fact that he can keep this going for a while. He's shown that for a long time. The next step for DeJardin is making this routine. Justin Allen has made this routine. That's why the Tartans expect so much for him, and he's able to shoot them back in the games. It's definitely DeJardin, a guy that needs to have a much more of a stamp on this game coming up in the second half. And also, I kind of look at it with R.J. Holmes. It's been about even, but I think Petrusev, in terms of the feel of the game, has gotten more over on the Tartans than Holmes for the Red Devils.
The good thing, though, for the Tartans is that this Dickinson team has been outscored by 20 total points by their opponents in second half basketball this season, so it does leave the door open for a Carnegie-Mellon comeback. But my question to you is, Tyler, what is it going to have to be outside of the 3-point shooting to get the Tartans back into this game?
Well, they got to show that they can get back into the defensive rebounding swing of things. That'll definitely be something against them, as they're being out-rebounded by Dickinson 21-15, and the offensive rebound 6-4. Defensive rebounding is one thing that they credit. It's one-and-done situations, and they just have to get a better handle on Edmond in the paint right now. Like, forget Petrusev. I think you'd rather it be Petrusev, because if you have a smaller guy doing it, that's where you get into trouble.
How would you slow down Edmond?
I think you got to double him on the drive. You got to have a guy ready to help immediately, because that's where he's been at. And you have to basically say, all right, you can do this inside. Step back a little bit and make sure that if he could do it all, then he'd hit those 3-pointers when he gets those chances.
Just a few minutes away from the second half starting, as the Dickinson Red Devils in front of the Carnegie-Mellon Tartans 44-39. Red Devils looking for a big ranked win, while the Tartans trying to stave off upset and pick up their second straight win. Don't move.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them, with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Seconds away from second half starting here inside of the beautiful Highmark Center on the campus of Carnegie-Mellon. Tyler Polk, Jack Ridenauer here with you. 44-39, Dickinson leads CMU and looking to get a big ranked win before they take their way to the Centennial Conference play. This Dickinson team last year finished 11-16 overall, was their fifth straight losing season. But you look back at Carnegie-Mellon, had a historic year to say the least, 16-10 overall, made the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2008-2009. So looks like Carnegie-Mellon, they've obviously been able to carry that momentum with them, but it feels like they're maybe starting to stall a little bit midway through the season.
Yeah, not a time to stall before you start conference play. And also, we're burying the lead a little bit. At least for the football team, this will be a common matchup. They're in the Centennial starting next year.
Back to action. Tartan's trying to avoid a third loss in their last 4 games. Build off their recent win against Ithaca. Allen, he's got 17. Out for Holmes. 7 to shoot. Oh my, nearly ripped down the roof. Comes back out for Allen, goes up, no dice. Back for Holmes. DeJardin trying to get himself going. Allen goes off the shot clock and back down for the Red Devils. But boy, oh boy, Tyler, if Holmes had put that one through, it would have gone through the floor and would have been a big momentum booster.
Yeah, he would have broke the wall right in front of him. He would have got that one down. Got to give credit to Justin Allen. He was able to leak out after that and get open again in the corner.
Ruchinski. Petrusev can't stick it back. Tartan's looking for a big bucket here. Higgs goes flying to the floor, and a blocking foul is whistled. Dickinson wanted a travel, but that's not the case, and it goes on Edmond. That's his second, team's first in the second half, but definitely something to watch for the Red Devils.
You don't want him going out of the game, and for Carnegie-Mellon, when they're back on offense, you want to try to make him a three-point shooter, just 2 for 11 this season.
Here's Allen, penetrates, soars in, back tap by Casey, empty, and another foul against Dickinson. And that comes on Juan Ruiz, his first and the team's second. Good hands by Wierczynski. Tartans retain possession. Beautiful move by Allen as he swoops in for 2. Creeps the Tartans within 3, but still trying to get over this hump.
Well, he'll definitely be the one to be that to get them over the hump. 19 points so far.
Wierczynski. Petrusev. Wierczynski gets freed up on the back cut. Too easy and beautiful offense for the Red Devils.
Yeah, they triangulated that ball perfectly.
Yeah, Wierczynski, a player that has really etched out a nice role for him after not starting the first few games of the year. He has now started 10 in a row, but a beautiful pocket pass from Casey to Holmes. The big fella Casey last year was one of the best passers for this Tartans team. And the bucket, again, makes it a one-possession game. Petrusev calmly drives, but it's swatted by Holmes. Stays with the Red Devils. Leskaugas, along with Luis Ruiz, check in for the Red Devils. Dickinson looking for their 5th win in the last 6 games. Trying to creep closer to 500 overall. Leskaugas short. Tartans can tie here. Carnegie-Mellon led for a brief second in the first half just by 1 point. Dickinson's led by as many as 11. And then the offensive foul and illegal screen against Nolan Casey.
Leskaugas still down after that. That's how you know it was a heavy screen.
Yeah, Leskaugas needs a moment. Casey gets hit with his second personal, the team's first in the second half. That is a lot of human that Leskaugas is running into, all 6'7" of Nolan Casey. And Leskaugas, a very important player, averaging 10 points per game this season in his 20-plus minutes of action. Shot 38% from the floor this season, and for the Red Devils, who are playing great basketball today, and that's the last thing they want to see, he does get up on his own power. So a good sign for Dickinson. And so now I wonder if they're going to go to see if there is any potentiality of a flagrant foul. I don't believe there would be, but you never know.
Well, they're checking our, they're seeing our handiwork here on the network. On the laptop, on the scores table. Didn't exactly see that screen from Casey, but you could see with Leskaugas, he clearly caught a big piece of it.
So it looks like they just keep it as a common foul for Casey. Either way, 3-point separation. Dickinson going for a big ranked win here this afternoon, not to mention get their 5th overall win. They've picked up 3 of their 4 wins on the road, so their trend right now seems to be playing when traveling does them a little bit better. Edmond orchestrates, stretches through. Wierczynski, short, good box out by Casey, and it's back down for the Tartans. Mentioned how Carnegie-Mellon came out to a scorching hot start to begin the season. Since then, they've hit a little bit of a wall. Won 7 of their first 8 games, but since then have gone 1-2. Jordan locates. Allen knifes through, and he finishes. What a move inside. And Allen passes 20 points for now the 9th time this season, and he makes it a 1-point game. Juan Ruiz. Edmond glides in, and he plops it home. That's the thing with Dickinson. They've been able to keep that separation from Carnegie-Mellon the whole way. Higgs lobs for Casey. Back for Higgs. For the tie, he forces it up, and he's fouled. Juan Ruiz gets hit with his second, the team's third in the second half, and Higgs has a chance at 3 free throws.
Yeah, Ruiz didn't bite on that initial pump fake three-pointer in the corner, and then from there, Higgs just took a sidestep to the corner. Ruiz recovers, and that's actually his downfall.
So for Higgs, he can tie this game up at the free throw line. But the broadcaster jinx lives on, and he front rims the first one. He's a 67% free throw shooter on the season. Now his 8th miss from the stripe. Very interesting that he went for a three-pointer there. Mentioned in the first half how he has struggled from beyond the arc as he gets the second free throw to go in. Petrusev along with Dopirik check in for Dickinson. But Higgs came into today with just 1 made 3 over his last 8 attempts in the last 2 games. Some injuries to this Tartans team. He has been able to carve out a nice starting role for himself after playing just 8 games a year ago. He has now started in 9 games in a row this year. 2 of 3 from the line. It's a 1-point game. Dickinson trying to hand Carnegie-Mellon a second straight loss here at home as they fell 3 games ago to W&J. Edmond. Petrusev probes inside. Great patience, and he draws a foul against R.J. Holmes. But give credit to Holmes, Tyler, with how much basketball he plays, just his first personal foul.
Yeah, that's really impressive. It feels like when you're inside, it's fouls a given. So to go about 24:01 into the game for your first foul, that's not bad at all.
Petrusev good on the first free throw. 77% free throw shooter on the season. Increased his points per game average by 9 whole points from last year to this year. Good on the second. Right under 9 a game last year, over 17 this season. And he stretches the lead a little further for Dickinson. Tartans looking for a big non-conference win before starting UAA play. Allen finds a crevice. And another fantastic finish by the standout junior. 23 points for him. Once again, it's a 1-point game, but the Tartans just cannot get over this deficit. Petrusev bangs with Holmes. Great fight down low. Swirls. Casey inhales. Tartans can take a lead. Casey, Higgs for the lead. You betcha! Might have made just 1 3 in his last 2 games, but he makes a huge one there, and the Tartans in front by the biggest lead of the day for them.
Only led for 56 seconds in this game until then.
Their first lead since 17-18 in the first half. And we're already 5 minutes gone in the second. Luis Ruiz has a hard time handling, and he throws it away. So a costly turnover there by Dickinson. And for Carnegie-Mellon, we take a look back at how Higgs gave the Tartans the lead. Big time play all the way around by CMU, a full timeout. We'll keep it right here and chat about what we've seen thus far because, Tyler, what a job by this Tartans team. They have fought, scratched, clawed their way back. Despite Dickinson still shooting 50% from the floor, the Tartans are in front.
Yeah, it's just been it's been a crazy game because you're looking at it and Dickinson's doing so much well offensively, but Carnegie-Mellon was just waiting for that one miss. And that was the opportunity as Justin Allen, again, keeping them in this game. He's got nearly half their points. And then you just see this avalanche coming, and it finally comes for Carnegie-Mellon. They're able to get that three-pointer to take the lead, but man, you're just wondering with Dickinson, oh my goodness, is it another second half lead that we're about to blow?
Yeah, Dickinson has had some awfully close losses throughout the season. Again, they're coming off a pretty lopsided loss to Moravian, 104-75. But then you go back to their previous last loss on December 4th. That was again, double-digit loss, but only 11-point separation. They lost by 7 to Lynchburg, and they lost by 8 in the season opener to Centenary. So they've had a lot of games come down to the wire, but right now this one looks to be going in the same direction. And for the Tartans, they would love to emerge victorious, get a second straight win, and avoid dropping their 3rd game in their last 4. Some full court pressure here by Dickinson, trying to speed up the Tartans, and they got to get it over. Higgs barely does. DeJardin leaks out. Higgs shimmies, loses it. Mahoney with the steal. Great defense by Mahoney as he picks up his 5th steal of the season. Leskaugas. And now it's Dickinson that faces a deficit. Dickinson has led for almost 22 minutes of this ball game, but right now, staring in the face of a 2-point hole. Dopirik, 5 to shoot. Edmond has to hurry. Charges in. The floater. No. Holmes with the board. Bodies go flying for the Tartans.
It was the backcourt guards in the Jordan and Allen.
Allen. Absolutely.
He was
unconscious.
He was the trailer. It was actually working out. The collision between the Jordan and Allen. One nearly got stepped on, and then Allen comes back into the play. And I'll let Chris Jenkins for that game winner in the national championship in 2016. He's the beneficiary.
Casey with active hands. Allen goes all the way in. Stripped by Mahoney, but a foul against the aforementioned junior Mahoney. His first and the team's 4th in the second half. You're right, Tyler. He just gets lost in the mix here. And Allen just walks into it like he's taking a nice Sunday stroll. So this puts Allen at the free throw line. 77% free throw shooter on the year. What a tremendous career he has had through his first 3 years on campus. It's the first one to go and stretches the lead a little further for the Tartans. Hassanin back in. 17-point swing in this ball game after an 11-point deficit for Carnegie-Mellon. They're in front by 6. Allen last year was also an All-District 7 second-team selection, along with being an All-UAA pick on the first team. Andrea Tola checks in for Casey. Mentioned last year that Allen recorded a program best 21.4 points per game. And he's got a chance, Tyler, to make that mincemeat, if you will. He's at 25.3 this season.
Yeah, he's got that Kanye West game going. Can he get much higher with that scoring average?
Dopirik, beautiful offense. Edmond with the dime. And now it's Dickinson that has to play a little bit of comeback. Tartans trying to get their 9th overall win. Allen. Hassanin penetrates. Swivels. DeJardin tries to shimmy around. Andrea Tola. 6 to shoot. Holmes can't spring free. Leskaugas with the steal. Mahoney walks into a triple. Nearly goes in. Petrusev puts it back home. Little 4-0 spurt here for the Red Devils. Allen answers right back. The rim is the size of downtown Pittsburgh for 4 in gray today.
You're going to need something bigger than that to describe the rim when it's Justin Allen shooting threes.
My, oh my, his 3rd time being above 30 points this season. Dopirik can't get the answer. And the Tartans with a chance to grow this to the biggest lead they've had. DeJardin. Hassanin with a flurry of moves. Andrea Tola. Holmes goes in and draws a foul. That comes against Dopirik. That is his first and the team's 5th. Justin Allen just continues to light it up from distance. He's only a 33% three-point shooter, but today he's shooting like he's at 50% on the season. Holmes gets the friendly roll. He's north of an 80% free throw shooter on the season. Juan Ruiz, along with Cole Cosby, check back in for Dickinson. Last time these two teams met up, you have to flash back to 2012. Carnegie-Mellon won in a 3-point decision. So they're looking for their second ever win against the Red Devils in the third ever meeting. Perfect trip for Holmes. Murphy checks back in for the Tartans. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Tartans. Now a 19-point swing in this ball game. Dickinson has somehow coughed up a major lead. Edmond forces his way through. Juan Ruiz gets taken to the floor. The foul comes against Carnegie-Mellon. That comes on Andrea Tola. That's his first, team's third in this 62-54 ball game. Cosby gets it right back. Finds Juan Ruiz. And he finishes inside, 62-56. Dickinson starting to crawl a little bit closer. Allen. Jordan circles around. Can't get the fadeaway.
Hasn't been his day after that career day.
Juan Ruiz slips through. Hit by a duo. Back out for Edmond. He was the hot hand in the first half. Dishes. Dopiric finishes. Beautiful offense. Dopiric's got 9, and it's a 4-point separation. 62-58. Tartans and Red Devils going blow for blow. Hassanin loses it. Mahoney with the steal. His second of the ball game. Edmond has it poked free, but Allen, in disbelief, hit with the foul. His second, team's fourth.
Foul called on Carnegie-Mellon's number 4, Justin Allen. His second personal, team's fourth.
Almost halfway gone in this second half. Dickinson trying to mount a comeback, led by as many as 11. They're down 62-58 in jeopardy of suffering their 7th loss this season. Juan Ruiz barges and finds a little space using the glass too. 62-60, a quick 6-0 spurt here for the Red Devils.
Just what they need. They were able to be clinical with the baskets as Carnegie-Mellon has cleaned up the glass on the defensive end, and they're one of the top teams out there.
Murphy. And now it's Dickinson that can go back in front. As we continue to seesaw in this second half, Edmond hits the accelerators. Draws a foul against Murphy. That's Murphy's second, team's 5th. And Edmond with a chance to tie things up at the charity stripe as a 75% free throw shooter.
Yeah, you're more comfortable with Edmond going behind the arc. Again, 18.2% from behind the arc, but still they haven't been able to keep him from inside the paint, and that's where he does damage, as he's done constantly through today's game.
So 2 big free throws here for Edmond. Gets the first one to go. Petrusev checks in for Dickinson. And for Carnegie-Mellon, Holmes and Casey check back in. Fun fact about Edmond, he has not missed a free throw in 5 straight games. His last miss was back on December 4th. And the broadcaster's jinx lives on.
My eyes went wide immediately when you said that. So, again, it's Jack Ridenauer that did that to you, RJ. Or, excuse me, Isaiah.
Yep, I will take full blame for that one. I will take full blame. 1-point Tartan lead. Allen bobs and weaves. 6 to shoot. Lengthy offensive possession. Hassanin with 3. Mahoney pesters. Hassanine drills it. Massive triple by Hassanine. Check that, it's a long two. Either way, 64-61 CMU.
Mid-range ain't dead whenever you're making moves like that. That's Boogie on the dance floor.
Petrusev has been quiet as a 17 points per game score today, but he gets two there. Great fight inside. He's into double figures now with 12. Now it's Dickinson that just cannot get over this mountain right now. Hassanine, bucket, and a foul. A quick 5-0 spurt for Hassanine. He's got a chance at 3 at the stripe. A big-time shot here by Hassanine, just inside the arc. But still, what a job by Hassanine, especially coming off the bench. Season high 14 points for a player that through the first few games did not see much time. But he's been able to work his way through this lineup, and he builds the lead up for CMU. 4-point advantage. 8.5 to play in the second. Tartan's trying to stave off this Red Devils team, but Cosby lunges all the way to the rack. And that comes on Casey, so now that is Casey's third, and it's the team's 6th. And again, this Dickinson team, Tyler, has shot the ball really well from the free throw line the last couple games.
Yeah, not a lot of chances here today, just 3 of 5 overall. Sometimes that's the worst thing that could happen to a team, not getting a lot of chances at the stripe. Cosby, by the way, was 9 of 9 coming into today's game, and he misses both.
Empty trip there, and again, that is lost opportunity there for Dickinson. Allen with a quick burst of speed. Goodness gracious. He's been a one-man wrecking crew today. 69-63 Tartans.
Yeah, they could go anywhere they want to as long as he's playing like this. Fantastic again.
Dickinson trying to avoid a second straight loss. Cosby pierces through and it's blocked. Holmes with a fingernail enough to push it out of play.
By the way, just to keep tabs on it for you, Allen's career high is 40 points. So he's 7 away from that.
He's been above 30 now 3 separate times this year. Laskaugas. 3 to shoot. Petrusev, the blow by, the floater, and the bucket. Beautiful finish.
Wasn't quite the sky hook there, but the baby hook works just as well.
Allen, what can't he do? He has been unstoppable this Monday afternoon. Back to a 7-point lead, and he's got 36.
Hello, 2025. Justin Allen's here, and he's going to make some damage.
Hassanine gets fouled, and with that 3, it is now a new school record in single game made threes for Justin Allen. He's 8 of 12 from distance, 13 of 23 from the floor, 36 points. Hassanine at the line, but looking even further ahead, Tyler, for this Tartans team, as Hassanine does get the free throw, I think a lot of teams in the UAA are going to start to see that Allen is the driving force, because the next highest scorer for CMU today is RJ Holmes at 10 points.
Yeah, it's the traditional outside scorer, inside presence that you have to look out for against CMU, and that conference play is a pretty good starter against Case Western coming up.
Without question, and right now they're trying to get a big win before they head into UAA play. Tartan's trying to move to 5-1 here inside of their brand new gymnasium and keep their footing as the number 19th ranked team in the nation. Petrusev steps through, and it stays with Dickinson. Biggest lead of the ball game for CMU. Again, it's now a 20-point swing between the first to second half. Kopirak curls. Great touch inside, a quick timeout by Dickinson. Dopiric again, is a standout locally here in Pittsburgh at North Allegheny. Part of a lot of success for the Tigers. It's been in double digits in 3 straight games. Now give him 4 straight games of double digits. What a freshman season he's having, and what is right now a homecoming for him today.
Yeah, and one thing about Dickinson, only 3 All-Centennial honors in the last 4 seasons. All were upperclassmen and lone reps for Dickinson College. I have to imagine with Dopiric, he's going to be a guy that's going to be catching some honors in the very near future as an underclassman for Dickinson if he keeps up on this path he's been in the last 4 games.
So not only has Allen entered into the record books by tying the school record in a single game, made threes with 8 of them, he's also 7 points off of tying the school record. It would tie a record that his teammate R.J. Holmes set a few years ago against LaRoche, and CMU Hall of Famer Bill Sofa set back in 57-58. 43 points is the single game record. Like you mentioned, Tyler, he's 4 away from his career high of 40. Allen just putting on an absolute show here in the Steel City. It might be cold outside, but 4 and gray, he has been hotter than blazes inside of the Highmark Center.
Yeah, there's few space heaters out there that are hotter right now.
Right now, Tartan's trying to hold on to this lead. In front 74-67, less than 7 minutes remain. Looking for their 9th overall win in their first 11 games of the season. Allen, met by a double. Casey, Holmes, gathers, finishes. I've always been really impressed with Nolan Casey's ability as a passer. Mentioned how he was one of the best at passing and collecting steals last year for the Tartans.
And he's doing at a point forward position, so that definitely gives a lot of space for Allen to do his thing as a catch and shooter.
Edmond punctures through, foul on the floor. And that comes against Bronner. That's his first and the team's 7th. So again, now for Dickinson, they get at least a 1-1 for the next 6-17. And coming into today, they've been shooting 82% as a team from the line over the last 4 games. First one up and good by Edmond. So now this becomes crucial here for Dickinson if they want to stay within striking distance. Two of 2. 7-point difference. Tartans looking for their first win since 2012 against Dickinson. Holmes snatches it. Allen hops, and he's fouled. This is on Petrusev, his 2nd, and the team's 8th. So that puts Justin Allen at the free throw line. 13 of 23 today from the floor, 8 of 12 from 3. Good on the first free throw. Last year he was a 46% field goal shooter. This year he's up to 49. Pretty impressive, Tyler, that he set a high bar last year and he's exceeded it this year.
Yeah, that's just unreal performance for a guy who's playing as a guard. This is normally something you see from forwards shooting just at the tick below 50% from the field.
Casey takes a seat as Aiden Murphy comes back in for the Tartans. Dickinson looking for some answers. They've coughed up an 11-point lead. Came into today winning 4 of their last 5, but in jeopardy of losing their 2nd straight game. Mahoney drives in. Edmond takes his turn. Strong finish inside. Using the window once again. Back in a hurry come the Tartans. Bronner steps out of bounds. We see that quite a bit here at Highmark Center. A lot of players in that deep right corner on the, I guess would be far side of the court. Seems to be kind of a pesky spot of the floor for players.
I haven't been at the old gym for CMU, so I'm not even sure if this is just the old gym just renovated, but was that common previously?
I don't think so. I think the old gym is behind us, actually, so they built a brand new gym here. So very interesting that they've got to get used to it, as Mahoney can't slice through. 5 minutes to play in the second half, 4 to shoot. Edmond trying to be the go-to guy. Wierczynski's three, no dice, and Holmes is mauled down low by Petrusev. But they actually hit R.J. Holmes with the foul. So that's his second, team's 8th. And what looked to be a foul on Petrusev is actually on Holmes. Laskauskas checks in for Dickinson. But now Petrusev can make this a 5-point game with just a second less than 5 minutes to play. It's the friendly roll. Petrusev comes into today with a lot of momentum. Scored a career and season high in the last game against Moravian with 28 points. He was 4-4 from the free throw line in that game, and he's got a perfect pair there. 5-point game, 78-73. Tartans trying to cling on to this one and avoid being upset by the unranked Dickinson Red Devils. Allen maneuvers through, filters inside, can't finish. Hassanin. Here comes Edmond. Tries to shimmy off Bronner all the way to the rack, and it bounces out, but free throws come for 5 in red.
Got to give Edmond credit, as he's been relentless inside. There hasn't been a thought of him ever trying to make something happen from the outside. He's like, no, I know who I am. I'm going to go for it. And it's been working out tremendously today.
And Dickinson just simply getting themselves back into this game from the foul line. Bronner checks out, in comes Desjardins, but Edmond now with 18 points. He's got 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He's done a little bit of everything this afternoon. 3-point game. And so now it's Carnegie-Mellon that's feeling a little bit of Dickinson on their heels after they were able to overcome Dickinson's 11-point lead. 4.5 to go. Murphy. Holmes. Allen. Met by Petrusev. 5 seconds to shoot. Allen gets a new career high. 41 points, 81-75. Allen's got half the points this afternoon.
It's not quite Kemba over Gary, but geez, man.
And just to compound it for Dickinson, Mahoney off on the 3. And here is the new career high. Not to mention his 9th made 3 today.
He's smiling. He's loving everything about it. He knows he's a bad man. He's a bad man, no doubt.
He's got a chance. If he makes another 3, he's got a brand new record all to himself.
They're doubling him now.
Goes in, and he ties the single-game record at 43 points. Only him and 2 other Tartans have ever done that, and one of them is on this same team. We'll take a look back here at point number 43. Goodness gracious. And for Dickinson, I mean, this has to be a frustrating thing. They have thrown everything at Allen. Literally, they are throwing the kitchen sink at him, and he's still somehow to wash himself free and score.
Yeah, they've been throwing the kitchen sink, the oven, I mean the dishwasher, what else? The refrigerator, the dining room table, the dining room chairs, the TV if you have one in there. What else? Maybe grandma herself. but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He could have a hand in his face. He could have a guy all over him, and he says, that's nice. I'm still scoring.
Yeah, and for Dickinson right now, I mean, like you even mentioned, throwing a double team at him, and that's not even working. At this point, maybe a triangle and 2 might be something that they go to.
I don't think it can contain him.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a triangle and 2.
Probably some like NCAA tournament game back in 2009.
Yeah, probably a while ago for sure. Coach Pat Martinelli, assistant coach for Carnegie-Mellon, giving out some instructions to this Tartans group. In front, 83-75. Biggest lead for the Tartans has been 9. Biggest for Dickinson has been 11. And for Carnegie-Mellon, they could get win number 9 overall and 2 in a row before heading into UAA play, in the depths of UAA play. Well, they still have 3.5 minutes to go, and the fact that Dickinson is going to be shooting some free throws for the remainder of this one. Same for the Tartans, though. Doors still left just a crack open here for the Red Devils. Just add to it, Allen with another bucket will set a new record of a single game record of points scored in a Tartan uniform. Only Bill Sofa and R.J. Holmes have reached 43 points in a game, and now Allen inserts his name into the conversation. Petrusev, strong move, but Holmes swipes at it, and he gets hit with a foul. That is foul number 4 on R.J. Holmes and foul number 10 on the Tartans.
Yeah, it's just a simple thing with Holmes going up to try to reject Petrusev, and Petrusev got him jumping, and so automatically it's a downward motion. They're going to call that every time.
Petrusev good on the first free throw. He's up to 17 points this afternoon. In comes Cosby for Dickinson. 7-point difference. Petrusev can chop down a little further here. Dickinson, who's 3-2 on the road, trying to get their 4th win on the road and their 5th overall. Really turning themselves into road warriors before heading into Centennial Conference play. 3 minutes to play, 83-77. Tartans in the driver's seat, trying not to give up the wheel. Allen trying to get freed up. Somehow curls around and nearly gets around trouble. Out for Murphy, little room. Can't get it to go. Volleyball back for Holmes. Allen's got it. Probes through.
Double starts for him.
Quickly blitzed. 8 to shoot. Looking for the record, and he nearly gets it. Edmond. Out for Mahoney. Big 3, and it goes. All of a sudden, it's a 3-point game just again. Two minutes to go. Hassanin probes. Allen stumbles and loses it. Dickinson can tie. DeJarden cuts off Edmond, and DeJarden hit with the foul. Free throws come for Edmond, and it's DeJarden's first. That's a tough play all the way around. And for DeJarden, it has been a tough afternoon, to say the least. 1 of 7 from the floor for just 3 points. These free throws become instrumental here for Dickinson. Edmond can make this a 1-point game with 2 minutes to go. But he misses the first free throw. Casey checks back in. And now some of those earlier missed free throws, Tyler, loom a little bit larger here for Dickinson.
Yeah, broadcaster's curse aside, you got to have those.
1 of 2 for Edmond. 2-point game. Tartans have been able to come back from an 11-point deficit. Dickinson now trying to mount a comeback, down 9 points to the Tartans. Tale of 2 halves for both these teams. Allen looking for a new record. Goes up, and it nearly goes in. At this point, the Tartans maybe are forcing the issue, and for Dickinson, they can take a lead. Petrusev goes all the way untouched for the tie. Talk about Olay defense by the Tartans. All square with less than 90 seconds to go, 83 apiece. Desjardins for the lead. Dickinson can go back in front. What a battle we've got here on a Monday. And a timeout called by Dickinson. And for the Red Devils, this has to feel like new life has been breathed into them.
It's a weird combination of, I don't know if it's just trying to force things going for Allen, but he has been, there's flow of the offense, and let's face it, Justin Allen has been the flow today. But I think they could have drawn up a few better opportunities for him and drawn up better shots in the last 2 minutes. But it doesn't matter here. You get a defensive stop here, and you're smart offensively, and it's like nothing happened.
And for Justin Allen, what more can you say? 15 of 28 from the floor, 9 of 13 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 3 rebounds, and 43 points. R.J. Holmes with 12, and Alex Hassanin, a nice spark off the bench with 7. Dickinson are led by a pair of 20-point scorers, Petrusev and Edmond both with 20 pieces, followed by Dopiric with 11, and Juan Ruiz, that is, with 10 points. So clearly the depth of scoring for Dickinson much more prevalent, but when you've got that guy right there, Justin Allen, on your team, sometimes you just give him the ball and get out the way.
Yeah, but credit to Dickinson. They've recognized the issue, and while there's been a little bit of situations where Justin Allen has gotten a one-on-one, if there's a man nearby, he's immediately going over for the double. He's helping. They're not doing it on the catch, they're doing it on the drive. That's the difference right now for Dickinson. It's been successful because on the catch, it leaves a man open. On the drive, yes, a man is open, but there's still a chance you can get back.
Petrusev gives the Red Devils a lead. And with a minute to go, Dickinson is in front, 85-83. The tables have turned here in the Steel City. Hassanin can't tie it back up, but a foul comes in against Dickinson. That is on Edmond. That is foul number 3. And foul number 9 for the team. So 1-1 here for Hassanin. Massive free throws come for someone who's missed just one free throw coming into today this season. Good on the first.
And low-key with Hassanin, he was one of the people that started up the drive for Carnegie-Mellon to get out in front of Dickinson.
Ties it back up at 85. 51 ticks to go. Dickinson trying to upset number 19 Carnegie-Mellon. Timeout called by the Red Devils. Massive, massive possession, it feels like here, Tyler, for the Red Devils, but then defensively for Carnegie-Mellon as well, who have allowed 85 points defensively this afternoon.
Yeah, this situation for Dickinson offensively, weapons free. You put your best play together and you get it to the guy you think best gets you a bucket. And with the depth of scoring for the Red Devils, it's just about anyone. And for Carnegie-Mellon, I mean, at this point, he got you to the dance, though maybe a second partner with that might be Holmes. But you're looking at it and saying, Justin Allen, get that record, take us home.
And Allen had 2 chances at setting the new program record of most points in a single game, 43. He has matched that, becoming the 3rd ever Tartan to have 43 points. Also has a new school record of most made threes in a game at 9. But he's trying to get a big W here for his Tartans. Even at 85, 36 seconds remain. Mahoney back to Edmond. Petrusev wants it down low. Edmond has it partially blocked, and Holmes leaps for the miss. Shot clock turned off. 25 seconds remain. Allen, who's got 43, slowly comes into the front court, trying to give his Tartans a second straight win.
So it looks like they're going to drain this clock out. and let him have the last shot.
9, Allen slices, loses it. Casey doesn't have an angle. Petrusev up to Dopiric with one, hoists. No, and we go to overtime. All tied at 85 in the third ever meeting between these two. It's been over 10 years since they last played, but it has turned into an absolute instant classic as we go to the extra period, even at 85. We'll take a quick break, come back for overtime. Don't move a muscle. Tartans trying to take down the Red Devils next on the Tartan Sports Network.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets. America, get back on track with Dust Pods Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water. Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833.
Between CMU and Dickinson, 5 fresh minutes. Dickinson with the possession in overtime, all square at 85. Dickinson overcame a 9-point second-half deficit. Carnegie-Mellon overcame an 11-point first-half deficit to get to this point. Edmond tries to bull his way forward, but it's off his knee and back down for the Tartans. If you're just joining us, Justin Allen for the Tartans, who's averaging 25 a game this season, has 43 points, has tied the single-game program record, and the next bucket, he will set a new record. But again, he's looking at a big win here for his Tartans. DeJardin pulls, rattles out. Holmes, one-handed board, and the stick back. 87-85, the home team. Tartans trying to get a big win. Their second in a row and their 9th overall. But Dickinson looking for their 5th win in their last 6 games as they have caught up and have caught heat in the last few games. Blocked by DeJardin. Let's Kaugas for a second try, no dice. One ref goes down. Seems to be all right. The Tartans come away unscathed. Hassanine hesitates. Veers off. At this point, it's almost like a box and one. Not completely, but Allen's just being mirrored by Mahoney. Casey drops it in, and a quick 4-0 start for the Tartans in overtime.
Oh, this is where others step up.
Both teams have shot north of 45% from the floor, but it's been 50% from 3 for the Tartans that have kept them in it. Kaugas glides in, and it stays with Carnegie-Mellon. Holmes is in disbelief. Holmes is incredibly adamant that it was off of Dickinson, but won't have the challenge heard. Petrusev, all air. A sluggish start here in overtime for Dickinson. 89-85. Last time these teams met, it was 67-64. That was the final. Dickinson looking for their first win against CMU since 2011. But the Tartans trying to take down the Red Devils for the first time in 13 years. Casey, Allen looking for space, hops, and he is fouled on the floor. You can tell, Tyler, he is itching for this record.
He wants it so bad. You can see it in every movement that he has. It's an opportunity for him to just get a chance at the line, anything in. Actually, they're going to give him a chance at the line. So,
yeah, so the next point here sets a new record.
he's thinking, finally.
And there it is, a brand new record. Justin Allen setting a single game scoring record as a Tartan with 44 points. His teammate R.J. Holmes tied it a few years ago at 43, but it's Allen sitting alone. Give him 45. Full timeout by Carnegie-Mellon. And right now, I think for Justin Allen, the last thing he's thinking about is the record. Maybe it's in the back of his mind, but he wants this win so bad for his team. They could move to 9-2 overall heading into UAA play. And Tyler, we'll see them play a lot this year in the UAA, and we know that it is a stingy group of talented teams in that conference.
Yeah, we'll get to see a lot of talent. Some have Pittsburgh ties, like, for example, Case Western has Eli Teslovich, who dominated in the WPIL last year and over the past few years with Shady Side Academy. There's a lot of young talent. There's a lot of talent that high-end and definitely one of the better in D3. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
And again, if you're just joining us, Justin Allen has set a school record for most made threes in a single game at 9 and most points in a single game with 45. He is 15 of 28 from the floor, 9 of 13 from 3, 6 of 6 from the line for 45 points. Again, he has basically half of the offense under his belt, and somehow he is showing no signs of fatigue whatsoever, trying to will his group in overtime to a second straight win after coming into today losers of 2 of their last 3. Some token pressure here by the Tartans. Started the year 7-1. Have gone 1-2 over the last 3, but can get back in the winning column after today if they can finish this off. But Petrusev continues to be a pest for the Tartans, and Jardin gets hit with his second personal.
That's his second. Dickinson in the double bonus. At the line for the Red Devils.
This is Carnegie-Mellon's second game in overtime this season. Earlier this year, they defeated Hanover in overtime, 90-89. Petrusev good on that free throw. Holmes back in for the Tartans. Cosby back in for the Red Devils. Petrusev knocks in both. 2-possession game, 91-87. Both teams have coughed up respective leads, but right now the Tartans trying to cap this one off with a W. Hassanin rocks back. Holmes goes up and draws contact. More free throws come for R.J. Holmes. And Cosby is gingerly walking around. That comes on him. It's his first, but for Red Devil fans, check that his second. And for Cosby, not a good sign if you are this Red Devils team. Holmes good on the first. Cosby frustrated he has to come out. Check that Cosby. Yeah, Cosby with 2 fouls. Laskauskas back in for the Red Devils. Holmes calmly knocks in a second. Higgs checks in. Holmes checks out. Six-point separation. Dickinson going for win number 5 in their last 6 after starting the year 0-5. Petrusev nearly goes out of bounds. Winding down to the final 2 minutes in overtime. Edmond has it jarred free. Stays with Dickinson. 11 on the shot clock, 2:09 to play. Petrusev. Laskaugas. Dishes, Dopiric drops it home. Red Devils still playing great offense, but now they've got to clamp down defensively. Tartans looking for their 5th win here at home. Allen all the way, soars in, basket and a foul. Putting on a heroic effort here this Monday afternoon. He's got 47. My, oh my. Just wedges it through. 95-89 CMU. Justin Allen taking on the form of Superman today.
Heat of battle, he's been the best. In the heat of everything, he's been the best today.
Point number 48. Again, history has been made today here on a snowy, sleepy Monday in Pittsburgh. Justin Allen has set a new program record for most made threes in a game with 9, and now most points in a game with 48. Broke the record that was set at 43. Hasn't necessarily shattered it, but at this point, when you've exceeded it and you're exceeding it by 5, 6, 7 points, you're doing a good job. 96-89, 7-point difference. Now, if you're Dickinson, Tyler, how do you get yourself back into this game? You got a minute 44, but still, you're within striking distance.
Be aggressive and try to get to the hole, draw fouls, get those and ones. That'll help you out. But they do have some three-point shooters that can help them.
Staring in the face of their 7th loss, Petrusev can't get the hook shot, and it does stay with the Red Devils. Timeout called by Dickinson. And a full timeout. We'll also take a full break ourselves.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Minute 28 to go in overtime. 96-89. Dickinson led by as many as 11. Tartan stormed back, led by as many as 9. Then the Red Devils got back into the mix. Was tied at 85 coming into overtime. And it has been a strong performance for CMU. 11-4, they're outscoring Dickinson in this overtime. And Dopiric desperately gets it in play. Dickinson trying to avoid their 2nd straight loss. Laskaugas needed it. Casey absorbs. Out for Holmes. Sheds off Edmond and gets wrapped up by Laskaugas. Laskaugas gets hit with his first.
Yeah, spin move, and Laskaugas just trying to stop him before he get that shot up just in time. No opportunity at and one. Holmes came into this game shooting 81.8% from the line.
Holmes good on the first. mentioned how he was one of those players to reach the 43-point mark. To set the previous record that held at Carnegie-Mellon. He set that back in the 21-22 season against La Roche, as he's good on the second. He was also named the UAA Sophomore Rookie of the Year that season. 3-time All-Second Team performer, and he makes it a 98-89 Tartans lead. Edmond with a tough 2 there. Somehow weasels around. Less than a minute remains. 7-point difference to Jardin. Lots of real estate, and he's fouled by Edmond. And that is the 4th on Edmond. And so now this turns into the good old-fashioned free throw battle. Although I don't know how much of a battle it is, but at this point it's just maybe a free throw contest.
Well, got to give credit to Dickinson. They knew they were dealing with a strong backcourt in Carnegie-Mellon. They held the Jardin in check, but there's no check for Justin Allen right now.
The Jardin short on the second. Carnegie-Mellon now 24 of 27 from the free throw line today. Mahoney short, recoils back for Hassanine. And if Dickinson is going to try and foul, they're going to be fouling the #1 free throw shooting team in the conference. But hold the phone, the shot clock did not properly reset. And so now it's going to be a little conversation about how much time should remain. Give a shout out to our crew here today, Travis Jex, Bryson Flowers, and Adam Flourier. And Adam was actually just down the road a couple days ago refereeing the Pitt-Stanford basketball game. Very busy weekend here in Pittsburgh. Hassanine, met by Mahoney. It stays with Carnegie-Mellon. Give credit, though, to this Dickinson team. They have fought their way in this one. They did cough up an 11-point lead. But they came into this game riding high, winners of 4 of their last 5. And they'll definitely be a handful for the rest of the Centennial Conference. Allen for point number 50. Why not? Edmond can't float it home. Batted around. Stays with Dickinson. What a performance. Point number 50. Arguably the easiest he's had today.
Yeah, hit that one right down Fifth Avenue. Had no trouble with it.
Mahoney made a big 3 in regulation to tie it at 83. And Mahoney comes back in for his 3rd steal of the day. Leskowgis fouled on the 3-pointer. And just to pour salt in the wound on the struggling performance by DeJardin. That is his 3rd foul, and again, he commits a cardinal sin in basketball.
At the line for Dickinson, number 24, Ryan Leskowgis. He'll shoot 3.
Leskowgis misses the 2nd. Carnegie-Mellon reaching the century mark here today at 101. Did it last year on November 28th of 2023 with 103 points. Today, they wrap up with 101. They are now 26-2 all time when scoring 100 or more points, and they have now won 5 in a row after scoring 100, and they win today, 101-92, their 2nd straight win, not to mention their 9th overall as they embark on a very tough, arduous journey heading into UAA play.
It's going to be a tough ride for everyone involved as it's such a strong league, but performances like Justin Allen with half a century, 50 points, and R.J. Holmes, the grad student, with 18. You won't get those bad days from Buckley to Jordan for long. You got to like what Carnegie-Mellon can bring to the table.
Without question, as the Tartans fought valiantly and came out victorious 101-92. They are now 9-2 overall, 5-1 at home. Dickinson 4-7 overall, and 3-3 on the road.